Today was day 2 of testimony in Trump's hush money trial, and here's what happened so far. Yesterday, the prosecution and defense gave their opening statements. Then the prosecution called the former publisher of the National Enquirer, David Pecker, to the stand as their first witness. The prosecution accuses Trump of, in 2015, participating in a, quote, criminal conspiracy to catch and kill negative press about himself, with Michael Cohen as his attorney and David Pecker as his eyes and ears looking for stories to wipe. Now, this isn't a crime, but falsifying business records is, which is what they're accusing Trump of. And guys, these charges are such bull. The alleged catch-and-kill scheme, that's not even illegal. He's charged with 34 counts of violating New York penal law on business record keeping, because when he paid lawyers to kill negative press, he didn't categorize the expense properly. Violation of this law is a misdemeanor, but instead, Trump's being charged with 34 felonies because the court alleges that he falsified the records in an attempt to conceal an underlying crime. But what is that underlying crime? Well, we don't know, and the prosecution doesn't seem to know. Nobody knows what the underlying crime is. They seem to imply that he was attempting to interfere in the election by preventing people from seeing certain stories, most of which were verifiably false stories, by the way. And spoiler alert, candidates interact with elections. It's the whole point of being a candidate. You're trying to change the outcome of an election in your favor. Today, Pecker took the stand for over an hour. He talked about a meeting in August of 2015 with Trump where the deal to carry out the scheme was apparently cooked up. Pecker reportedly claimed that when he got wind of women selling stories about Trump, that he would flag them for Cohen to take care of. He did discuss the first instance that he had found out about a piece of negative press and flagged it for Trump. According to ABC's Olivia Rubin, a man at Trump Tower had attempted to push a fake story about Trump having an illegitimate child with a mate. Even ABC admitted that that story wasn't true. Trump apparently offered to take a paternity test, but was told that it wasn't necessary. $30,000 of his money was subsequently used to buy and bury the story, according to Pecker. And I would just like to remind you that the guy who brought these charges against Trump, Alvin Bragg, literally campaigned on locking him up. He talked on the campaign trail about how he has, quote, the most experience dealing with Trump and how he's sued the administration over 100 times.
Counts against Cy Vance, I too have a lot of issues, which is why I decided to run. I'm the candidate in the race who has the experience with Donald Trump. I was the chief deputy in the attorney general's office. We sued the Trump administration over 100 times for the Muslim travel ban, for family separation at the border, for shenanigans with the census.
Before we end this video, I want to do a little bit of introspection. I want you to close your eyes and imagine this. A world where Trump did everything exactly the same. He killed negative press stories. He apparently falsified business records, or the state had reason to believe that he falsified business records. But he didn't run for office in 2015. Do you think he'd be on trial right now? What if everything in this world was the same, except Donald Trump wasn't running for president in 2020? Do you really believe that he'd be indicted in 4 different places for 4 different crimes that he allegedly committed years ago? You know, with the trials just happening to start as the election ramps up? You think that'd be the case? If you don't think that'd be the case, why not? Why is that? Do you think maybe that's the underlying problem? That's all I have for you right now. I'm going to be following this case super closely and providing you guys with updates.